that much, but we are a little bit late. And Streamlabs is causing us utter chaos. And I hate it. So I don't know if we're going to switch to StreamYard permanently, but we're back on StreamYard right now. Come join us. We're live. Comics and Beer. It's Friday night. This is your place that you want to be. And I am really livid right now. So let me take a minute. But this is Comics and Beer, guys. I hope you guys are having a great Friday night and you're ready to have a really good time because I have a ton of awesome news to get through. It's going to be a ton of fun. We have trivia to do. And we're your hosts of Comics and Beer. My name is Bruce.
My name is Stephanie, and I'm also annoyed with the fact that we tried to go live like 3 times because the last time that we did that, YouTube kicked us off YouTube for a week and we got banned, and hopefully that doesn't happen. Bruce keeps trying to make us look fancier, except this is what I look like, people.
I just want the best for you guys. That's it for you guys. And, I don't know. I'm going to do some technical digging after the show, probably tomorrow, because I'm probably going to get drunk. I've had 3 beers already. I got some high-proof IPAs that I'm about to dive into, and it's going to be a really good time. But, guys, how are you guys doing? Are you guys having a good time? Are you guys ready for another great show? I know Stephanie's excited because she likes StreamYard because she can put your comments up on screen.
I do like to put your comments up on screen, except I have not been able to do that. I don't know if I lost my abilities.
Well, you're in YouTube right now, babe.
No, I'm in StreamYard. Wait, let me try. No, it hasn't been working because I tried the last time we used Streamlabs.
Oh.
Bruce did not give me full
Well, I try to
abilities.
keep her on a leash.
He likes to keep me down.
Keep her down on a leash.
Makes him feel better about himself.
There we go. There's our branding. Guys, like I said, let's take it back a second. Welcome. It's Comics and Beer. It's a little bit of a crazy start to the show. We apologize. But guys, we are your hosts. My name is Bruce.
We already said this part. I'll be Stephanie twice. Why not?
Sure. Guys, but this is your weekly stop for all things comic book news related. We're going to go through some of the bigger stories of the week. It's going to be a really good time. That's the part of the show that I handle. Stephanie, what part do you handle?
I handle the beer. The beer distributor this week had weird ass beers. It was like a bunch of fruity beers. They had a bunch of oatmeal stouts, and I kept getting excited seeing cans that I haven't bought before, and they looked really cool. And I'm like, oh, I want this one. And they turn it, and it's like dark oatmeal stout. And I was like, oh god, milk stouts. I was like, no, good. Put it all back. I did find 4 beers we haven't had before. Hopefully they're delicious. One is like a 9.8%.
2 of them are.
2 of them, apparently. Here to get Bruce fucked up. That's my part.
All right. Baby, let's say hello to chat.
I would love to. 2-Gun Pedro is here first, calling us out on our technical difficulties. 2-Gun, that's why we love you. You keep us humbled. Glenn Smith was second. Pete's in the game. Pete, did you change your YouTube name again? Wasn't it
maybe
something different last time? Maybe.
John Ross is in the house.
He's getting bored in Hawaii, guys. Pete let us know today that Hawaii doesn't do daylight savings times, which I didn't know. I thought it was an interesting fact.
Oh, that is very interesting, actually.
John Ross is here, even though he's very tired and has to wake up very early tomorrow. We appreciate you, John.
Thank you very much, John.
Ruben Guzman is here to say cowabunga bam.
What's up, Ruben?
Johnny Fitz is here wearing his little nerd glasses and little hands waving. I thought they were little ball sacks. I got really excited, but they're not.
She was excited for ball sacks.
I was like, oh my god, someone sent us funny emojis. But see, you can do it. I don't have that ability.
I don't know, babe.
Sam King is in the house. Second Street Marvel saying Streamlabs is better. We know, but we can't use it because they hate us. I think it's because I'm Mexican, but Sleepy Reader is here. Adrian APM.
What's up, Adrian?
Cisco C. I feel like you're scrolling faster than I'm scrolling. Brandon Ray. First time watcher. I was just gonna say, Brandon, I don't think I've ever seen your name. Welcome to the show.
What's up, Heather?
For loudness and ridiculousness. Heather, pay attention!
Pay attention, Heather.
Why aren't you paying attention to us, Heather?
This is the greatest live stream on Friday nights that you need to be paying attention to and making sure you write down everything we say because it's important and you need to know.
And if you're not paying attention, then you won't win any prizes.
That's right. Prizes.
And I give shaving and beard growing and beard grooming tips.
That's a great segue, guys. this part, well, there's another part of the show other than comic book news in beer. Guys, it's trivia. We do trivia every single week. This week's trivia is going to be Transformers. You need to be following us on those social media links down there because every Friday I post and I ask, guys, what do you guys want to do for trivia? Comic book Poster Wars and Two Gun Pager were the only people to respond. So I picked one of those and I picked Poser Transformers. And I actually found some really good stuff for a question.
Bruce was so excited about the trivia he found. He called me upstairs. He's like, oh my God, did you know this?
And she did it. And it was so cool. It's a really cool fact. I really enjoyed that one.
I'm going to take that comment off because I don't have that ability.
Sure, I will, of course. And then, why do we do the trivia, though? You're going to win. You're going to answer the trivia correctly. And what do you get for those answers? Well, we do what?
I'm sorry, I was reading chat.
We do an end of the month giveaway, guys. At the end of every single month, we do a big giveaway. We give away stuff. I don't know what it's going to be this month. Last month, we highlighted...
Digital Pools is our giveaway for the month. But we just don't know what else we'll give you besides signed copies of the Digital Pools. It will be something else awesome with it. Maybe a pool. We'll install a pool into your backyard.
A whole pool. It's like a kiddie pool that we're going to put up on some posts.
That's going to be like a really trashy Walmart pool that has the plastic poles and we gotta put it together. And if you don't have room for a pool in your backyard, we will install it in any bedroom we feel is big enough for this pool.
We will take everything out of the bedroom and then line it with plastic, and that way we'll fill your room with water.
We're gonna make it like a freshwater pool though and get you some fish so you can swim with those.
Because who doesn't want to swim in poop fish water?
Open your mouth. Duties, those little floaty brown duties.
Disgusting.
So
but we'll do it for you guys. We will do it for you. We do big end of the month giveaway, guys. We are Digital Pools. Alex and Matt are going to partner with us and do this big giveaway at the end of the month. The final gifts have not been decided. We
usually decide them the night before.
You will get issue 1 and 2 signed by Alex and Matt. But there will be other stuff. There's always other stuff. There's been War Through Daldera, original prints with all issues of Something Is Killing the
We have
Children.
a pretty awesome December one coming up too.
There's always giveaways, so make sure you guys are around at 10:15, 10:30, 10:45, and 11 o'clock because that's when all the trivia happens.
I would like to say that Johnny Fitz said that he's loving our show and was hoping that one day he'd be on there. Johnny, I don't actually know what you do, but I know that I've seen you on Twitter related to Joe Donahue and David Andre and all those guys. I've seen your action going on Twitter. So if you could please fill us in, we would enjoy having you on the show.
Of course.
That would be amazing. And James Galgos is here, being the wrench of all wrenches. I have to make sure I shout out James. And that John Ross says he loves getting yelled at the end of a stressful week. That's how I keep Bruce happy, guys. The end of the week, I yell at him.
All right, guys, we are opening up the first beer because we are behind schedule. I can't believe it's almost 10:15 already.
Well, because you've spent the first 5 minutes not being able to get on the live stream. Perry's in the house.
What's up, Perry?
Perry Comics. I'm very disappointed that you've given up on your creepy eyes. I haven't seen them in so long, but I get it. Probably you're getting a lot of harassment, some phone calls about how creepy your eyes are. Which one are we drinking tonight, babe? Let's see it.
Let's see if I can switch the cameras. This is going to take a minute because we are in StreamYard, not Streamlabs. Here we go.
Andrew Kai said it just came in to say hi. I saw on Andrew Kai on our YouTube video. You had said that you had changed your schedule, so now you wouldn't be able to stop by as much, which is very, very sad, and I'm sad about it.
Let's talk about this beer real quick to make sure this other camera does not turn off. This is Tasman Sea
Pale Ale.
Pale Ale.
Is that the same as an IPA, Pale Ale, or is that different?
You got me, babe.
But Andrew Kai came just in time because it's an Australian and New Zealand beer from Australia. Only 5% alcohol. Bruce is starting off slow because he knows once he starts drinking, he just bam, 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 bam. And he's like, you don't drink fast enough. And then at the end of the night, he's like, oh, I feel so sick. Rub my belly.
Rub my belly. Is that what I say? Rub my belly. All right, I got to share my screen. You got to get this one because it's 10:15, guys. 10:15 means it's time for trivia. If you guys missed it, we are doing Transformers trivia. There is a lot of trivia here from the 1986 movie, which is the greatest Transformer movie of all time. If you disagree with me, you're wrong.
You're dead wrong.
Dead wrong. All right, guys, I'm going to spin this wheel, and the first person to answer this correctly in chat gets an entry into our end of the month giveaway. So let's spin this wheel.
That's a pretty good beer.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It has a little think to the smell of it. I will say
I didn't
that,
smell it.
but the flavor itself is delicious. Who is the leader of the Autobots? We're starting this super duper easy.
Guys, I
You're
know
welcome.
this answer.
You're super welcome.
It's so easy. Come on, guys. First in chat. Let's get it right. I don't know which chat is first. Should I go on?
One's Indian. It's different. Come on.
No, James Galagos got it right first because on YouTube, James Galagos is first. It still doesn't come up on StreamYard. What's going on, StreamYard?
All right. My baby.
I'm restarting my StreamYard, but James Galagos was first according to YouTube.
James Galagos. So I'm going to get that up in my doc. Guys, I hope you guys are having a great week. Our week was actually...
His doc. He's still not using my Excel spreadsheet.
I enter it in later.
Still? No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Oh, check.
No, he
Check
doesn't.
the doc.
No,
I
he
entered it all in. You're very welcome.
Well, then he has too much free time on his hands and he has to do more chores.
Who's home with the children all day? I.
Oh, the easy children now. Don't feel bad for him.
All right, guys. Like I said.
Well, now StreamYard finally caught up and it's still James.
Big red truck.
But he said Prime, and I don't know if he means Amazon or Optimus. So.
Hope you guys are having a great week. We had a good week. A little tired throughout the week, but overall it was a really good week. We didn't watch too much on TV. We started watching Schitt's Creek, which is a great...
Well, because we finished Lovecraft County, if you ask Bruce, or Country, if you actually know what you're talking about. We finished Lovecraft Country, which totally redeemed itself. It was a shit show from like episode 3 to like episode
4 to 7.
4 to 7. We were like, what the fuck are we watching?
Yes.
But we powered through it, and we're glad we did because they totally turned it full circle.
Yes. At the very end, it was definitely a much better show. But we started watching Schitt's Creek. It's a great, it's one of those half an hour, really 20-minute comedies. I've watched season 1. Stephanie is powering through season 1. I fell asleep on her like 4 times.
Drooled all over my leg. It was really sexy.
But I can't wait to get to season 2 because it really is a great sitcom. That was where I was looking for a sitcom. But yeah, I read like 10 comics already this week, guys. 10!
Told you, too much free time on his hands.
It was so great. If you guys are not reading 7 Secrets, find the time.
I haven't read 10 comics. I read just more Paper Girls. So I'm not even reading current things. I'm just reading old things.
7 Secrets it's really amazing. And I did have a back and forth with Tom Taylor.
No big deal, guys. No big deal. Bruce and Tom Taylor are best friends now.
That's besties.
Best friends.
Besties.
We might hook you guys up.
And Daniel,
if you're good.
Danucolo. Where we had a little back and forth. Even though I think he was like, yeah, I'm not part creator of that, and I'm always going to be on it. Because I asked the question, are you keeping the same artist on throughout the series? And Daniel was like, yeah, part creator, bro. And I was like, I'm sorry, bro.
Adrian PM said that him and his wife just started watching Schitt's Creek and so good. John Ross agrees Schitt's Creek is amazing. Pete's in the game. I can't keep up with your YouTube names. Peter Good Game is what you'll be forever. Said he just finished reading volume 1 of Something Telling Children. Is it amazing? Do you love it? Are you going to buy the next trade paperback?
Is that
if you haven't already bought it?
Is that even a question?
Well, I mean, it wasn't in the comments, and I feel like his comment should have been just finished reading Something Telling Children. I sold my firstborn to be able to buy the rest of the trade paperbacks, and I made my wife change her name to Erica Slaughter. He didn't say any of those things.
I'm sorry.
His wife's name is still Lori, so whatever, Peter. But I'm assuming it's in the works. I know it takes a while to change your name. It takes a while to change your name legally, so he'll get there. Join the cult.
Join the slaughter. All right, guys, let's jump into the news because I got a lot. I've had a lot of really interesting stuff to talk about. So let's dive in right now. Oh, not that one. I want to do this one. All right, Tom Holland shares the first photo from the Spider-Man set, Spider-Man 3 set.
He's wearing a mask.
It's pretty silly. It's really all it is. So I don't know, but it's they're filming, which is awesome. So I don't know if they're gonna.
I don't know if this is in Bruce's news thing, but I just read an article about how apparently they're trying to bring back Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire to be part of the Spider-Man series, and apparently Tom Holland is super butthurt about it, and he does not like it because he wants to be the one and only Spider-Man. I almost said Batman, and then I corrected myself.
She always wants
halfway
to be
out.
The Super Spider-Man. Super Spider-Man. There.
Spider-Man. But
Spider-Man.
yeah. So I get it. I wouldn't want anyone else to take over, but Tobey Maguire was such a terrible Spider-Man. I never watched any of Andrew Garfield's, although it's my sister's favorite, so maybe it's good, but...
Well, from what I know of what she's talking about, there's supposed to be a multiverse. So Tom Holland will go into the multiverse, and then he will meet Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. He will meet, what's his name? The first Tobey Maguire. And he'll just like bounce around meeting people. It's cool. I'm cool with that. Let's do it. Multiverse.
Yes. Peter, Good Game says his secondborn says he should sell his firstborn, so she's right on board. I'm assuming she meant to buy more Something is Killing the Children, and that his daughter Gabby is way ahead of you on the Spider-Man news. Her and I both like share our same Instagram account, so she knows the same news that I know. No big deal. We're best friends.
Best friends. Best friends. Guys, Johnny Depp resigns from Fantastic Beasts at Warner Brothers' request. So all the hoopla from the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial is causing him to obviously it's affecting his career because now he is out of Fantastic Beasts, which I don't know. I don't really
care. Was he even like a part you remember? When Bruce told me this news, I was like, wait, who did he play? And I was like, oh yeah, he's like the bad guy. But like, who cares?
I guess Stephanie does not care. So what does it matter?
If I don't care, you don't care. Get on board. We don't care together. We're in this together, guys.
Because of this, they are obviously going to have to either rescript or recast that character. So Fantastic Beasts is delayed from 2021 to 2022.
They could just get Jared Leto because he kind of looks like Johnny Depp and he's weird as shit like Johnny Depp. So like, just slide him in. No one will notice.
Into someone?
Like, I imagine that they have like the floor and they put a bunch of like oil on it. And then Johnny Depp has to slide out while Jared Leto's like doing like a ninja move over. And then he lands on the gel and he runs back in. And then he just jumps up and he like says the next line. And that's how they shoot movies, right?
I mean, that's exactly how they shoot movies. Next one up is a pretty cool news item. Tenet, which was a big buzzed about movie. I really want to see this. I love Christopher Nolan. This movie looked crazy. Has a really good cast. Obviously, it came out in theaters when there were no theaters open to play it. I don't know. Did terrible in the box office because there was no box office. But it is coming out in digital home release, which I'm sure it's going to blow up because we are going to rent it, buy it, whatever it is, on December 15th.
And once we buy it, everyone will buy it. You guys will be on board.
Honestly.
Who wants to win a copy of Tenet?
But yeah, I'm really excited to watch this. So that's cool.
Comic Burrito is in the house. I just wanted to shout him out. I'm assuming it's Cole, the only burrito brother who actually supports us. But he what's the word I want to use?
I don't know what you want to use.
He profits from it greatly because he wins stuff all the time. So other brothers, or are they your brothers? Are they just friends?
I don't know. Probably friends because they don't look like brothers. But maybe I don't know. I don't want to assume. James Bond. Been a dude for a very long time. They've been multiple dudes throughout the way. 007's always been a male. Does he have to be in the male in this day and age? Can it be a lady? Of course it can be a lady.
But they'll do a shitty job making it, and then everyone will be like...
That's a valid concern, but...
Lashana Lynch.
There we go. Lashana Lynch. She is going to be in the final Daniel Craig film. She has hinted around that she's going to be the next 007. She looks like a badass lady. I would definitely not want to mess with her. I don't think there's any other pictures. It just goes down to, basically, it's the right time. This is the right day and age. There is some concern about, her acceptance in the role, especially as not only a woman, but as a Black woman. But, I don't know. From this one picture and other stills I've seen, she looks really badass. And there's so many badass movies with female assassin type characters that I think this would work great. And I'd love to see that. Awesome James Bond film.
I would like to say that Glenn Smith wants us all to know how cool he was that he didn't care about Johnny Depp before he was told not to care about Johnny Depp being in Fantastic Beasts. Glenn, I always knew you were the coolest person in chat. No big deal. Brandon Ray wants to know if we air this every Friday night at 10 p.m. for the last over a year. We come on, we get drunk, we shout nonsense, and then we tell you how only our opinion matters and that you should only listen to what is say.
And I can't believe there's only 11 people on right now. Guys, hit up your social media. Tell everyone to come.
It's like a slow week because we did an interview on Wednesday and there was a whack amount of people on our
That's
interview,
true.
and I was very
That's true.
disappointed in you guys. I let you guys have a little bit of a leash. I let you only come on Fridays, and then I try to get you to come on Wednesdays. Nobody shows up for class. Very disappointed.
I mean, there is some the personal election is huge, and I understand.
I don't
people wanna
care.
watch that, but it's us.
It's us.
Next news item is pretty cool. So Angelina Jolie is doing a film where Peter Pan and Alice are actually sister and brother, and it's a really cool premise. It's set back in whatever time frame, 1800s.
Wait,
or
but
something.
Angelina Jolie is like
The mom.
acting it, or
Yeah,
she's directing it.
I don't know who the director is, but this is called Come Away.
I actually feel like I saw a coming attraction to this.
She
and it looked
stars.
really
She
cool.
stars in it. And it looks.
Who is she?
She's the mom of Alice and Peter Pan. They're basically.
But Alice and Peter Pan are black in this picture.
Right, because the dad is black.
Oh, okay, but I mean,
So
that's the dad.
That is the dad in the photo. She's the mom.
Is the dad Peter Pan then?
No, the son is Peter Pan.
But wasn't like Hook, the dad was Peter Pan, and then he had the kid, and the kid went back.
Well, you might be thinking of a different story, but the whole premise is that the family gets separated. Alice goes on her own for a little bit. He goes off and discovers the Lost Boys, and they come back to help each other. And there's Alice in Wonderland happening, there's Peter Pan happening, and it's really cool. I suggest you guys go watch the trailer. We're not going to watch the trailer right now because I don't know how to do that in StreamYard. Fuck you, StreamYard.
James Gallagher wants
Streamlabs.
to remind us that the important people were on. James did come on.
Yes,
he did support us, and he did wrench through the whole thing.
He wrenched.
I feel like
a good wrench.
I'm gonna buy a prop golden wrench that I can gift to James Galagos that he wins for the wrench of all wrenches. Remember when you tried to say someone else was going to be a good wrench? Who was it?
I don't know. That doesn't sound like anything I would say.
You
James,
said
you
it.
are the wrench and the only wrench.
You said it. James, I'm sure you remember because you were there, and I'm sure you put it like on a... I'm assuming you have a tally board of Bruce and Stephanie and who you like more, and that was like a strike against Bruce. That's what I like to imagine.
Oh, James.
Yeah. He's like, you know what, Bruce? Nope. You just lost one.
All right. So The Last Ronin came out this past week, or 2 weeks ago. I just read it this week. It was really good. I got out my turtle juices and to get in there and read all those other turtle books I have. But my turtle love is from that 1990s original film that was so good. There were the animatronic bodies and everything. We've done trivia with questions from that film and everything. The writer of that film has come out to say that he is trying to reboot the series, but to keep the same kind of feel to the movie.
If they don't do the same costumes with those terrible turtle suits, I'm going to be so mad.
Well, he goes on to say that he wants to see what, I forgot what the names of the guys who made the suits. Brian Henson and Steve Barron, the original creators of the suits, what they could do with the current technology, because obviously it's gone 30 years from the original movie, how much more sophisticated
30 years.
How much more sophisticated these animatronics could be. But as long as they stay true to what that 1990s film script was, but just kind of updated a little bit with animatronics and general timeline, I'm all in.
Yes and no.
I'm a turtle.
Hopefully they don't ruin it. That was like a great Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. I do want to point out that James Galagos, being the amazing James Gallegos, I will say it different every time. That way we never get it wrong. Did put the link for our interview with the creators of The Wailing Blade.
Interview.
Both the writer and the artist was on with us on Wednesday. We do have signed copies that we are going to be giving away of the 4-issue run of The Wailing Blade. You guys need to go onto that video and comment, and then you will get an entry as long as you're subscribed.
Yep, subscribe, leave a comment. You guys have a chance to win all 4 copies signed by Joe and Rich Duick.
Don't hold me, Rich Duick. It's trivia time. We'll go to the next news item.
I know, baby. I'm with you.
Guys, next trivia question coming up for your chance to win an entry into our end of the month giveaway so that you can win cool stuff. It's getting close to December. Almost Christmas, guys.
Almost Christmas.
First in chat to get this right. I will check both chats on YouTube and StreamYard.
Who voiced Unicron in the Transformers movies? This is the trivia question that blew my mind.
Unicron. Is it like a car that has a unicorn head? Unicron.
This was such a cool fact.
I'm going to both YouTube, StreamYard.
Living it up for you
Sam
guys.
King got it right, but Sam King, you cannot win the grand prize. You can only win secondary prizes because you won a grand prize already. So everybody just copy what Sam King said.
You gotta tell me because I guess what's this called? StreamYard.
Adrian APM.
Adrian APM.
Got it correct. Sam, we appreciate you giving away the answer, though. It helps.
Oh no! Don't spin it.
Bruce is still spinning, guys.
I'm
Next
not
question.
But don't worry, you can't see it, so I'm not gonna remove it. We're okay. We're okay.
Did you put Adrian APM down?
I'm gonna put that down right now.
Adrian, what does the APM stand for? A party monkey. When you start guessing. A penis mold.
We can move on to the next beer. We're gonna move on to the next beer.
Astroparticle molecules.
So this is the last of the low proof beers, and then we get the 2 10 proof beers. I'm rounding up. They're 9.3. So this is 6.2. This is called Fresh Comets.
Also, I would like to point that this one has like a price tag on it because I guess it doesn't come with a barcode. It was $7.50 for this beer. I could buy a 6-pack.
A 6-pack. I gotta go to settings, and then I go to camera. All right, StreamYard, if you're listening,
do it quickly.
You need to be able to fix this problem. So this is called Fresh Comets. Fresh Comets.
It's a very like plain Jane can. They really didn't even go big
plain.
on like. They were like 90% of our can is going to be this aluminum, and then 1/3 of it. That's right. I do math. 90% and 1/3 is going to be this sticker. Fresh Comets. And then it's like called Fresh Comets, but doesn't have pictures of comets on it. I was just choked on air.
Ooh, another delicious IPA. Thank you, IPAs. You guys have really come around.
6.2%, or maybe we've really come around according to Chaos. So either way, they're delicious.
Delicious. Okay, what are we doing next? Yes, I got Adrian 8 p.m. We're going to go back up to the news.
He agreed that it's a party monkey, or as he quotes, whatever I want it to be. I'm going to work on that and make it something amazing.
I like it. A party monkey. That's pretty cool. So, do you love Ryan Reynolds?
Who doesn't love Ryan Reynolds? When he's in Best Friends, that's one of my favorite Ryan Reynolds movies.
That is definitely one of the best Ryan Reynolds movies. Ryan Reynolds movies. What about The Rock? Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Also, an amazing human being.
Dude, what The Rock?
I don't love his movies. I think they're kind of terrible.
Some of them are, some of them are
Most
not.
of them, they're just they're very generic, cheesy.
Sure.
Nothing like, oh my God, did you see I cried, I laughed. Like, but he's such a good person.
Yeah.
Such a nice
one of the best
guy.
human beings.
You just want him to win.
Yes.
So I will watch whatever he's in, whether I like it or not. I will watch it because he's just. Even in his movies, you feel it. It radiates off of him. Like, he's a good guy. Like, I want to find him and be like, will you be my dad?
What about Gal Gadot?
Gal Gadot also seems like she's a nice lady. She also seems like a good person.
Sure. Well, they are in a movie, or going to be in a movie called Red Notice, where The Rock plays, I guess they did this this Photoshop where this is Ryan Reynolds as a kid or The Rock as a kid, but this is them in the film, where The Rock plays like an FBI agent or something trying to catch the thief that is Gal Gadot. And he comes in and gets Ryan Reynolds out of prison because he's like also a master thief to help him catch Gal Gadot. But they just made this post because they just wrapped filming and they're talking about how this movie went above and beyond to protect everyone during the COVID thing, blah, blah, blah. But
as they stand there with no masks on, arm in arm, they did a really good
Ryan
job.
Reynolds, one of my favorite actors of all time.
But another, because he's such a cool guy.
Yes, but not only that, he's like one of my favorite actors, period. Like, he's funny, he's handsome, he's just a great guy.
Bruce wants to marry Ryan Reynolds.
I mean, look at
he
that
won't
face.
He won't marry me because he's holding out for Ryan Reynolds.
I mean, do you blame me? But yeah, no, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I really know nothing about the movie except what I just told you guys. But I am super excited for it because it has some really great people in it. Dave Bautista. another wrestler. Rock, wrestler. Batista, wrestler. Both became movie stars. Well, guess what? Batista is doing a sci-fi flick where it's kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy, but not. He plays some kind of martial guy.
Wait, did we watch this or a commercial, coming attraction for this?
No, this is a photo just from a different movie.
Okay, because I was I feel like I've seen this.
This is a kid movie.
That's the one the kids really love. That
yes.
My Spy or Spy Like Me or something.
Yes. But basically, it's in outer space. There's a ship with really, really bad guys that crashes on a planet, and he goes with another guy to bring all the bad guys back and save everyone on the planet. So if you like that kind of stuff, get excited. I mean,
James Gallegos did point out The Rock got COVID.
He did? Oh, he did.
Do you remember his whole family had it?
Yes.
It's true, James. So they did a really great job. Also, before you steamroll through my next statement, Dakota Ray Price has dropped by.
Hey, Dakota.
She says,
what's going on?
I'm assuming she, maybe he, it, they say.
Don't. No. We're going to get to that in a little bit. Dakota.
She likes Cyclops from X-Men. And then her friends are into comics, but so many comic fans hate Cyclops from X-Men. What's up with that, yo?
I don't hate him. They just portray him very negatively
Cyclops,
in the comics.
Is he the guy with the sunglasses?
Yeah, he goes, bzz, bzz.
In the movies, they make him a real bitch too, where he loves Jean Grey, but he's like, you can just have her Wolverine glasses.
Glasses. Oh, my hand. Yeah, does his beam hurt him? Because if he would look down his leg and then accidentally beamed his leg, would it cut it off?
I think it would. That's my guess.
We've talked about Avatar, the movie, James Cameron, a bunch of times. They film, they stop filming, they film, they stop filming. Well, only reason why I'm talking about it now, because this is a photo that was released during the filming of the movie, which is...
Oh my God, wait. They're making a live-action Avatar 2 and Kate Winslet is in it?
Yes.
I'm going to start a riot in the fucking streets. Are you kidding me?
In this article, one of the cool things that I learned is that a lot of the actors had to learn how to hold their breaths for extended periods of time because a lot of the second movie takes place underwater. Kate Winslet could hold her breath up to 7 minutes.
Why? Because she did all that training for Titanic? Is that why?
Well, they actually talk about the Titanic in here. But I thought that was
because she drowned on the Titanic and came back. She was stupid. I don't like her as an actress. And I think that makes me so enraged because the Avatar live action movie, the first one was so terrible. Why would they make a second?
Avatar was amazing.
Oh, I'm thinking of Avatar The Last Airbender.
No, Avatar the Blue People.
I was thinking this whole time we're talking about Avatar The Last Airbender. And I was like, what? Another Avatar The Last Airbender after how fucking terrible the first one was?
She doesn't even drink that much, guys.
This is my fourth beer.
Moving on. Donald Lounge? Lowe.
He was in that, what's that TV show? Where it's him and his wife and they have two kids, the redheaded girl and the boy. Oh, I used to love that TV show. He was the dad. You guys in chat will figure out. I know you will. I believe you.
All I remember him from is Gotham, because I watched the first 2 or 3 seasons of that, and then Blade. He was in the first Blade. Great character. But he's joining Resident Evil reboot. I don't know. He's decent. I don't love him, don't hate him. But if you like him, well, he's joining Resident Evil. I'm excited to watch that.
What's his name again? I gotta Google what show he was in. It was a daytime TV,
Lounge.
Teenage kind of show. But back in the day, when I was appropriately watching that show, wasn't recently. I'm an adult now. Grounded for life. Thank you, James Gallegos. I knew someone in chat would figure it out, and I should have known it was going to be James. Grounded for Life was an amazing.
I can't even talk.
It was such a good show. It was so funny, and I loved it.
She did. She loved it. Ellen Page. She's
No, she's lost all my respect after her shitty fucking acting job in whatever the movie was that she was a shitty fucking Umbrella Academy.
That's a TV show on Netflix.
Right.
I agree, but
she did she was the most lackluster character on that whole thing.
The only reason why I bring this article up is because this is a movie being produced by BuzzFeed.
That's so appropriate.
Ellen Page
so appropriate. Ellen Page
has sunk to the level where she's doing a movie that is being produced by BuzzFeed.
Was Ellen Page the one who's in that movie when she gets pregnant?
No, that movie was great. I love that
right.
movie.
I like that movie. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
Was she in that
She
movie?
was, yes. It was
I
good.
like that movie. When she gets pregnant with what's the other guy?
Sierra.
James.
Something
Sarah. Michael Sarah.
Michael Sarah.
And she gets pregnant and she gives the kid up for adoption to the woman from Sex and the City. And then they find out that the husband doesn't really want it and she still gives it to her. That was a good movie.
That was a great movie. Really great movie.
Juno, thank you. Pete's in the game.
Yes, the Juno was a great movie. Moving on to TV news. Walker, Texas Ranger with Chuck Norris. It's getting a CW reboot. That's right. CW is rebooting Walker, Texas Ranger.
It's so stupid. I hate it.
Carolina Chris, it's actually one of the leads from your favorite TV show, Supernatural. So if you like Jared Padalecki, I don't know. He's going to be the new Walker, Texas Ranger. There is a teaser, but it's not even really a teaser. You don't see anything. It's all CGI. It's lame. But if you're into Walker, Texas Ranger, guess what? You're getting a new TV show on the CW.
My brain just did this connection thing where Peter Goodgame is talking about Juno, and he said not the Juno from Alaska, which is a town in Alaska. Yes. But that made me think of Alaska and Hawaii because Peter's in Hawaii. And it made me remember the story about when we were adults. My sister was way too old to not know this fact. She thought that Alaska was next to Hawaii because on a map, they take them and they put them next to each other. And she did not understand that Alaska was connected to Canada and Hawaii was over here. Two completely different environments, ice cold and then tropical. And she's they're next to each other. She was in her 20s. I hope you're watching this so everyone knows how dumb you are.
Probably not.
Bananas in Pajamas is also a great show.
I don't know Bananas in Pajamas.
Bananas in Pajamas.
Speaking of shows from our past, cartoons, Animaniacs is coming back to HBO. I think it's HBO Max. They're rebooting that. It's not rebooting, I should say. They're just doing a new season. It's going to be slightly different animation, but it's the same character, same style of writing and everything. Well, Tiny Toons Looniversity is also coming back. So Animaniacs is coming back November 20th.
I'm pumped for that. I love Animaniacs.
Our son Nate was digging through all the streaming services trying to find it, and I was like, Nate, I have no idea. Well, I told him today, and he was like, "Oh, okay, Dad." I'm like, "You were so excited about this days ago."
That was still last week, Dad.
But Tiny Toons was a pretty good show. So if you're excited about that stuff, nostalgia stuff from when you were a kid, well, guess what?
But they do a good job. Animaniacs was so funny.
I'm sure.
But they always did that intro that was always topical. So hopefully they do a great topical job this time. So Stephanie and I have been dating for just about 2 years now. In a few days. 9 days it'll be Let's see if he remembers.
9 days will be 2 years. We saw one stand-up comedian together before the pandemic hit.
But stand-up comedy is my favorite.
Yes. And who was that one stand-up comedy person that we saw?
Jim Gaffigan.
Now, would you see Jim Gaffigan in a superhero TV show?
What role is he playing? The fat kid that gets saved?
He's going to be voicing the character of Thunderbolt on Stargirl on the CW.
We already know how we feel about Stargirl on the CW, so that makes a lot of sense. I think Jim Gaffigan is really funny.
He's a funny dude.
Him a lot. So then,
but how are they gonna have a superhero character with Jim Gaffigan's voice?
Maybe he's a funny character.
Maybe, but I don't know. I don't know much about.
But wait, how can he's doing his voice, but isn't Stargirl a live action show?
But this guy's kind of like a genie, so he's gonna be all CGI. I don't know. Jim Gaffigan should not be in any superhero TV show unless it's Ant-Man or relevant type show where it's a very big comedy piece.
Pete, I wish that the last show we saw together was Bill Burr because he's one of my favorite comedians, but unfortunately, no.
All right. It is now 10:45. It is time for 10:45. It is time for trivia. Get your trivia hats on, everyone. Put them on.
They're like sorting hats. Let's see who gets sorted into the winning house.
All right, guys, there are 8 questions left. First person to answer this next question correctly in chat, we'll get an entry into our end of the month giveaway, and then we're going to rapid fire 7 questions to your brain holes at 11 o'clock. So get ready.
Oh my God, Brandon, we're having bacon and egg sandwiches tomorrow. So I'll have sausage because I like bacon.
I'm going to have sausage as well. Who is the leader of the Decepticons? Another easy one.
Guys, I totally know this. Why can't I think of his
YouTube,
name? I will. I'll go back and forth.
Come on.
He's the opposite of Optimus Prime. He's Optimus Prime.
Sam King. Andrew at 8 p.m. Get it right again.
Sam King, you can't get it right.
But he wants to answer. Let the man answer.
Sam King, then Adrian 8 p.m., then James Gallos, then Pick Pedro, Megatron.
So Adrian,
that was his name.
We have a rule here. I'm not sure if you've been on the show long enough to know this, but you get 2 in a row.
And that's it. You cut off.
You can't get the next question right. But after that, you get 2 in a row again. If that happens again, you get to take a break for the next question.
But there's only 7 more questions. So.
I just want to let you know. Don't go away. Because there's 7 more questions coming at 11 o'clock.
Robots in disguise. I would like to say that Transformers is a cool premise, but with the technology that we have today, I feel like Transformer toys should be easier to transform. We have a Transformer toy that takes me like 25 minutes to turn it from the car into a robot and then back again. It is redonkulous.
Redonkulous. This beer explodes. Ooh, it's a little darker. It's a little hazy. I love everything that's coming out of this can right now.
That's what she said. Let's put it over here. Killsboro.
All right.
Kansas City.
I apologize about the camera, how the feed goes black and then whatever. But
and you guys are like, oh, I'm scared of the dark. I don't know what's happening. And then it comes back. And you're like, oh, never mind. Killsboro, Kansas City Shuffle. That was a weird noise. I'm uncomfortable with it.
That is delicious, guys. That is really, really good.
It is a 9.3% alcohol, triple dry, hopped, double IPA.
I'm gonna go on the record.
New York City brewed.
I'm gonna go on the record and say, the stronger the IPA gets, the more delicious it tastes. Because that beer is delicious. Delicious.
It is brewed with American 2-row Pilsner flaked oats and white wheat, triple dry hopped with Amarillo, Eldorado, and Vic Secret.
It's really good.
I don't know what any of those things mean.
It has a nice hazy. It's not clear at all. So good.
It's brewed in Staten Island, which is like the worst part of New York City.
Staten Island. So before, when I cut back to this camera, it was already on the next feed, which I didn't want it to be. But Mandalorian season 1 came out last week. We watched the first episode. I thought it sucked. But maybe, hopefully,
it was it was very not exciting for the first episode back to season 2. You're like, oh, season 2, and you're like, oh. It was a filler episode for the first episode. Weird flex, but all right.
Yeah, and I thought it was really weird, especially since the episodes are normally, 30 minutes, and this was an hour-long episode. You think you're going to get something great. We didn't really get that much of anything, but we're obviously going to watch all 8, because last time we watched all 8, and 4 out of the 8 were good.
Guys, do you see my Mandalorian collection that I have going up here?
I mean, the best thing to come out of the show was Baby Yoda, and he was in it.
Baby Yoda is my favorite. The child.
The child was only in it for a little bit. So hopefully it comes back. But Mandalorian season 3 is supposed to start filming as early as next week, actually, which is pretty crazy. Hopefully Jon Favreau is back. I think he's a great director.
Do you know that whole time I did not think that was Jon Favreau? So first time I get to the comments, Brandon Ray, if you are not watching Mandalorian, you should totally be watching it. I know we just poo-pooed on the first episode, but the whole thing is amazing. In general, you should definitely be watching it. Sam King, I agree that it is crazy good. I thought that Jon Favreau is the guy who plays Spider-Man's
That is Jon Favreau.
But then we saw a picture of someone else. It was directed by Jon Favreau, and it had a picture of some guy, and it wasn't Jon Favreau.
No,
and I was
Jon Favreau is Tom Holland's bodyguard.
Right. That's who I thought Jon Favreau was. But then we watched. I thought we saw a picture. It was a picture of Jon Favreau, and it was a different guy. And I'm like, have I been thinking the wrong Jon Favreau?
You've been thinking the right Jon Favreau.
Mandalorian this whole time.
Oh, that's the right one.
I got that tattoo for nothing.
That's right. He also did Iron Man.
I didn't watch any of the Iron Mans. I thought the first one was terrible, so I never
And
watched
that was the
rest.
first one. That started the whole MCU.
Well, I hated
You're welcome.
it. I hated it.
You're welcome.
Happy Hogan,
You're
that was
welcome.
his name.
Yes. Next up, Boba Fett.
Brandon wants to know if it's weird to watch Mandalorian when you've watched zero Star Wars. You don't need to watch any Star Wars to be able to follow Mandalorian at all.
No.
So watch it.
So Boba Fett has been rumored as a Disney Plus show, and that's also supposed to start filming as early as next week as well.
And there's like a tie-in to Boba Fett in the first episode of season 2 of The Mandalorian. They totally name drop. They're like, hey, Boba Fett, oh, we're best friends.
Boba Fett.
So
we're back. Don't worry. Don't
is it the
worry.
same stream or a different
Same stream.
Bruce, just shut our stream down. That's the level we're operating at tonight, people. 3 misfires and a shutdown in the middle of the show. Hope you're here for the long haul.
I don't like StreamYard. I want my Streamlabs back.
Yeah, that's the reason.
All right.
That's the problem.
But we're back.
It's not Bruce, it's Streamlabs.
So, Stranger Things. Are you a fan? Are you not a fan? Tell me.
I fucking love Stranger Things. People are all like, oh, the second season wasn't good. The first one, I love Stranger Things. Everything about it, every season, love Stranger Things.
Type 1 in chat if you like it, 2 in chat if you don't.
If you type 2, I'm blocking you.
We are big fans of Stranger Things. We love Stranger Things. It's been shut down. They were filming season 4. They obviously shut it down. But I read an article today that said it was one really cool fact about them being shut down for the whole entire time, or for the last like 6 months or something, is that the writers and directors of Stranger Things have actually been able to write the whole season. Normally they start filming and they are writing as they film.
It's like a South Park episode.
Basically, that's what this article made it seem like. Let's bring up the article.
Everyone is saying they love Stranger Things. Smart decision, people.
Oh.
I didn't want to have to block you. Are you going to turn us off again?
No, I'm not turning us off yet. But yeah, so that's what this article goes through. It basically just talks about how everyone involved, Netflix, everyone that's part of the production company is super excited because they've actually been able to do rewrites. Normally they're trying to do rewrites on the fly, and you really can't do that when you're in production because that costs money. Because if you're writing new scenes and you're shooting new scenes, that's hundreds of people that need to be on set to shoot a new scene. So they're super excited about that, which is really, really cool.
Cisco C, go out and do yourself the favor and start watching Stranger Things.
Oh, you haven't watched Cisco.
Right now.
That is a show that's amazing. It is so good.
Such a good show. Such a good show. Oh my God. First season.
God.
I wish that I'd never seen it so I can watch the first season again and be like experiencing it for the first time.
Oh, the first season's so good.
Oh my God, it's so good. I'm going to punch a baby. That's it. I'm punching a baby.
So if you guys have been fans of the show for a while, CW conversation has been a hot topic ever since Comet Quarantine Madness. If you don't know what that is, go check it out on the channel. It was a really fun thing. We're going to do another comic, or I should say a Comic Madness type trivia show in the new year. But if you guys don't know KSN Comics, go check him out. Because he gave us so much shit because he lost the final of the Comic Quarantine Madness because we had some Arrow or some CW trivia in the final round, and he was fucking pissed.
Everything you do is CW. He lost because he sucks. Just like he lost Comic Posers, comic book this or that, because he sucks. So I know you don't come on until 11, chaos, and then try to pretend like you've been here this whole time. But when you watch this on the rewind, know that I said you suck.
So Stephen Amell was the Arrow, basically Green Arrow from DC Universe. And I guess CW is changing the Arrowverse to the CW verse. And there's a recent interview with Stephen Amell when the interview asked him about this, and he said it fucking pisses him off. I guess he feels ownership over that whole universe because he was the first one on the CW. His show was a hit. I would say for the first 3 seasons, that show was actually really good, and then it went tumbling downhill. The last 5 seasons were fucking garbage. But overall, the
You watched 5 seasons of a garbage show.
I watched 3 seasons of a really good show and 2 seasons of a garbage show. And then I stopped watching. It went on for like 3 or 4 more seasons.
I just wanted to make sure that you watch TV shows like you buy comic books.
I love you, babe.
Love you too, baby.
Couple more items on the TV.
Brandon Ray said that we should be on TV. If you know a guy who's willing to put me on TV, I'll do it.
I mean, this is just us. We talk about comics every single week. This is us. Definitely stick around, though. Get some trivia right. Get your entries into the end of the month giveaway.
And on the last Friday of the month, which won't be this month because it is Thanksgiving, so the Friday before Thanksgiving will be our last giveaway. We do a drawing for who wins the grand prize, but every 15 minutes we do a drawing just for a random prize that you get to pick from our prize list that we also put together the night before.
It's a really good time. Every show is a really good time. We're wacky, we're crazy, we drink beers. We have people on sometimes. I don't know. Stick around. It's going to be great.
You're going to love it. You're going to love the way you look. I guarantee it.
I've never watched Rick and Morty. Stephanie is a big Rick and Morty fan.
I love Rick and Morty.
I do know Pickle Rick.
Pickle Rick.
And for I believe I don't know why this is coming out again. The alcohol is finally settling in, but they are Adult Swim is partnering with a seltzer company to make an alcoholic beverage that is pickle flavored called Pickle Rick.
I don't know how I feel about a pickle flavored alcohol. I don't know if I can do it. I want to support it because it's Pickle Rick. If you guys don't watch Rick and Morty, do yourself the favor of just watching the episode where he turns himself into Pickle Rick because it's amazing and you need to see it. Bruce, do at least that for me. I've been trying to get Bruce to watch Pickle Rick. Rick and Morty for like a year. A year. He won't watch.
I didn't say I wouldn't.
But yet here we are. 0 episodes have been watched.
I have I have like close to 200 comics to read. I got some reading to do.
Peter said that if we don't do our Thanksgiving show, they have nothing to be thankful for. Peter, we will just be full of turkey and you'll be like, we're doing you a favor.
Titans it's going to be on HBO Max season 3. I've watched. I'm so close to finishing season 2, and then the pandemic hit, and I haven't had a chance to come back to it. But it's a pretty good show. I really do enjoy it. And Jason Todd is going to be coming to Red Hood in this. This article goes on to say they should bring on Cassandra Cain, and I only brought this article up to say if they bring on some fat chubby chick to be Cassandra Cain.
Bruce was
in this show,
so butthurt when they did the Emancipation of Harley Quinn movie and they brought Cassandra Cain on as like that short Filipino girl. I don't know.
Chubby Asian
and Bruce
Filipino,
was
whatever.
So mad. Like he couldn't enjoy the movie. I thought the movie was really good.
No,
Bruce refused.
Fuck that movie.
He's like, Cassandra Cain is the coolest superhero, and she just got turned into this other person who's like a pickpocketer. It's so stupid. He did a Bruce rant. You guys missed it. Probably not. If you were watching the show, he ranted a bunch.
Cassandra Cain is the best character next to Batman in the Batman family. Not in the whole comic book universe. Pick the Batman family, Bruce Wayne, Cassandra Cain. That's how it goes. And then Damian Wayne.
I can't believe you put Cassandra for Damian.
100%. 100%.
James Gago says you'll watch Pickle Rick when he catches up on his comic books. When you will catch up on your comic books, which will be never, so he'll never watch Pickle Rick.
I read 10 already. I'm skinny. The pile is going down. All right, guys. Let's jump into the comic book news because we got some really cool news items to cover. First one up. So they are rebooting Batman Black and White. I shouldn't say rebooting. They're doing a new anthology, Batman Black and White. And they are introducing a new Robin. That's pretty cool. I love Batman. Let's bring out a new Robin because there's always going to be new Robins. I'm very curious if it's Bruce Wayne Batman or maybe a Damian Wayne Batman. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. But check it out. That's a really cool artwork. It's Carl.
Is that a female Robin?
Yes, it's another female Robin. She is from Gotham Academy. I read the first series of Gotham Academy. Gorgeous artwork. Okay story. But this is Mia. I have no idea how to pronounce this. Mia.
I don't know what you're looking at.
Mizuguchi.
Mizuguchi. I like it. That's how I would pronounce it.
She's a character
Gucci.
in that book. I'm not sure if it's the older sister or the younger sister. It's been years since I read Gotham Academy. But that artwork is just really freaking cool. I don't think there's anything more. There was this picture. I don't know. That's beautiful. Beautiful artwork.
Beautiful, guys.
And she's also called Girl Wonder. That's cool.
I like that. I'm on board. I'll take it. James Galgos agrees with you, Bruce, that Birds of Prey screwed up on Cassandra Cain. Sam King said he watched half the movie and then turned it off.
I'm still like raging inside from that.
Peter Goodgame says that his kids are half Asian, so way to insult him, and that he said that it's cool that they're Asian.
Peter, I'm not insulting your family at all. But what they fucking did to Cassandra Cain, that's insulting.
Bruce doesn't have any beef with Asian people. He has beef with Cassandra Cain.
Don't fuck with my Cassandra Cain. Next up, Grant Morrison. My baby, right here, does not know Grant Morrison. She's not read anything Grant Morrison. She does not know who this person is. If you don't know who this person is, he's a writer for DC Comics. He's done a lot of other stuff. He's a great writer. Fabulous writer. Let's come into this whole new topic of people wanting to be or finding themselves different than other people and wanting and Devin. She's so bored of it that
the beers are kicking my butt, guys.
But he's come out and said that he is non-binary.
Guys, can someone explain to me what that even means?
You don't find yourself a girl or a boy. You are gender neutral. So you don't want to be called he. You don't want to be called she.
But what is that? How does that relate to your sexuality? What if you were like a girl? Then you
fluid.
are what?
You're fluid. You're fluid.
So fluidics don't work like that. Let's go back to fluid mechanics, guys, and talk about fluids. I'm not sure how. I mean, I know how I feel about it. Are you a viscous fluid in this situation?
I don't know how you guys feel about this, but as you can see right here, CBR has contacted Grant Morrison, updated this story according to including his preferred pronouns. Now I go down and read more of this article, and it gets a little confusing towards the end because they start talking about his career, and they said Morrison's writing career began in 1978, and they have worked for DC and Marvel both in the UK and America. They also co-created sci-fi series Happy.
Wait, so this non-binary means he's both? He's both man and woman?
And as writing, there appeared to be a character in both Animal Man and Suicide Squad. So
I'm confused.
That's his preferred pronouns, they and their. But isn't that a plural thing?
Yeah, I would think it'd be it. It doesn't like this. It wrote that. It.
Maybe he finds it derogatory?
I could see that.
But he's a man. But he likes to cross-dress. Because he doesn't find, male clothing fitting correctly all the time. So he wears female clothing. Vice versa. I don't know. This whole thing's confused me. It's just weird.
I mean, I can appreciate that. But I think the they is just a little confusing.
Just so confusing. I read that. I'm like, wait, who's they? Who are you talking about? I don't understand.
I feel like we can come up with a better word. I could see it being a little derogatory. I wouldn't want to be called it. Let me think for a second. What would we say instead?
Moving on to the next thing. It's 11 o'clock. Let's do trivia, and then we'll come back to the final bit of news because there are some more things I want to talk about. Sorry, guys. We're late. I'm moving on. I want to move this because I want to use this so bad. We have 7 questions left to this Transformer. I hope you guys
rapid fire, guys. Rapid fire.
I hope you guys know your 1986 trivia because that's what this is all about.
Who does another 1986 trivia, guys? Come on. I feel like this is something Bruce already asked you. Oh, no.
Who is the leader of the
Junkians? I've never even heard of that. What is the Junkians?
Saw the movie?
Yes, I feel like.
Remember they go to the planet, the junk planet, and there's the Junkians?
Not really. No. Sam King, is he right? Sam, you can't win, man.
Sam King, you can't win. You're dead wrong.
Brandon said he was born in 86, so he's screwed. Sorry, Brandon. You should be recording all the things you've ever watched or been developed since you were born. Where have you been? Is Shim right? Because then Peter Good Game got it right.
Shim is not right.
Shim is not right. What's the answer? Can you slow down? You're going to vomit.
I'm not going to vomit. Oh my God. Guys, did you just see that? Not Prime.
Not Prime. Not Shim. Who knows this answer? Nobody. What the hell is
Google it. This thing
I'm
called
gonna Google it.
If Stephanie can Google faster than you guys, she gets an entry to win her own prize.
I've always wanted to win my own prize. Rekgar, that's his name?
Yes.
Guys, his name is Rekgar. I Googled it faster than you.
That's embarrassing, y'all.
Y'all. No, Shim instead of it or L.
Ultra Magnus. Rekgar. Glenn Smith!
Finally! Thank you, Glenn Smith. Sam said no. He was saying Shim instead of they. She and him combined together. I thought Shim was the name of the person you were guessing.
Oh, Sam. That was really funny. Cheers to you, my friend. That was really good. So this kind of has a really weird color to it. You guys see that? It's kind of like greenish. Weird.
It is very weird. Should we show them? It's actually called Toxic Earth. So it's not drinkable.
Oh.
Bad?
Wow. That's gonna be weird.
I'm not gonna drink it. You will.
Oh.
Bruce will continue to try to power through it. Look at that cool can though.
It's a Cthulhu.
A Cthulhu. Cthulhu.
Yeah, Cthulhu. It is pretty cool. I'll give you the can. It's very, very, very cool. It's a
Chichula. It's double IPA, brewed with local honey and matcha.
It's probably matcha that's making it green. Haha! We figured it out.
Matcha man.
That's weird though.
I wanna be a matcha man. More trivia coming at you. Guys, first in chat to get it right.
Who originally voiced Optimus Prime?
I'm gonna Google this one too.
Who's faster, Stephanie or chat? Let's find out. I think it's Stephanie because Stephanie is the fastest typer in all the land except for me. I am faster than Stephanie by one.
Bruce is so fast at typing. I'm terrible.
You are very bad. How are you so slow?
I don't know how to use the keyboard, like how you're supposed to keep your hand on the home row and go up. I do this. Adrian APM got it right first. Guys, I henpeck it still where I'm like, bah, 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 bah.
It's embarrassing.
Bah,
I'm
bah.
embarrassed. You're embarrassed.
I can't do the home row with the keys. I'm not good at it.
Maybe I'm just keeping him straight.
I don't know why Bruce is surprised because he knows how terrible I am at technology. I do not care about technology. I'm not up to date on technology. I had the oldest phone forever until Bruce yelled at me. I have a car that I've had for what? How old's my car?
Pretty old, but we're moving on.
I don't care about technology, so I don't know how to use the keyboard correctly. I still want to use my typewriter, dear grandma.
Oh, I love technology. Who does Hot Rod become after he obtains the Matrix in Transformers the movie? This answer, I totally forgot what it was, and it's super ridiculous. Okay, I'm looking over because she has for some reason, StreamYard is super behind on chat. Rodimus Prime is Sam King is correct. Someone please type with him.
Wait, James Galgos was before Sam King.
Oh, Rodimus, yes, James. Sorry, I missed that. My bad.
Rodimus. What the hell is that even mean? Hot Rod? He's Rodimus Prime.
He's Rodimus Prime. Guys, no big
silly.
deal.
That's a silly name. That you can tell that the creators of Transformers had very limited creativity. Unicorn Transformer, Rodimus Prime.
I mean, that movie is incredible. I cried so much when I was a kid. When
I don't think
Optimus
I saw that
Prime
movie.
caught.
I'm thinking of the Michael Bay movie.
Oh no, we have to watch. I mean, Nate might be able to make it through it, but he doesn't give a shit about Transformers. He doesn't give a shit about most things that I care about. Try to get that kid to watch so many things I like, and he's like, "Oh, Dad, this sucks." I'm like, "No, does
He
it?
loves Family Matters. The whole family does. Bruce had the great suggestion for all of us together as a family every night to watch Family Matters, and the family loves it. They're so into it. Jack does this really cute Steve Urkel impression. He went upstairs and got his sunglasses. He's like, "Did I do that?"
very cute.
It was really adorable.
Who composed the soundtrack for Transformers the movie?
Beethoven.
All you have to do is look up Transformers
Bach.
movies on Wikipedia, and it gives you the answer. You're welcome.
Cool Robot Prime. I wish that was his name. You got the touch. The cheese touch.
We're down to 8 viewers, guys. What is going on? We have more stuff to talk about. Don't leave us. Don't go. Don't go.
Who composed the soundtrack for Transformers the movie? Michael Bay. Was it Michael Bay?
It was not Michael Bay.
Steve Jablonsky.
Is that what it was?
I don't know. That's what James Galgo says it was.
I'm going to go ahead and go do this. And then I'm going to come back over here. I left it up long enough.
Brandon Ray said when he's done watching this, he's going to go watch the X-Men animated series 92 to 97 on Disney Plus. I loved the X-Men animated series. That was my jam.
Come on, guys. Look it up. Go to
Peter
Wikipedia.
said the same as Jablonsky.
No, it's
Jablonsky. Weird Al Yankovic. Oh my God, that would be amazing. He did parodies.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you his first name. His name is Vince. Vince something.
McMahon. Vince Vaughn. Vince. Who else is a Vince that I know?
Go to Wikipedia. Type in Transformers the movie, and you will get the answer, guys.
I'm gonna go to.
You should have just left Wikipedia up because that's where I took all these questions from.
Transformers the movie.
Composer.
You didn't say that. You gotta tell the people.
I did write that in the question.
Vince DiCola.
Exactly. Stephanie got it faster than you did.
Wait, no, James Galgo's got it right again.
James Galgo. No, sorry. James Galgo.
Yes, do both. Do one of each. That way people can't say we're racist.
I'll just give James 2 things.
What?
We're saying you said you give 2.
Did he get the last 2 right?
Yes.
James got the last 2 right, so he can't get this wrong. Guys, you know what the answer is. Quickly, type it in.
Type 1 in. No, he just got that one right.
Oh, wait, I'm lying. You just said we're giving him. You started typing his name.
You said to give 2 away.
What?
I'm so confused.
I don't know what's happening.
Stephanie's drunk.
Stephanie's drunk. I'm not the one typing the same name 15 times.
Guys, did she not just say give him 2?
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
You are drunk as a skunk.
I would love to be drunk as a
Who
skunk.
directed the first live-action Transformer movie? I just said Michael Bay, right? Am I still right? Michael Bay, guys! Explosions everywhere. I remember I saw Transformers, the first Transformers.
And then flares. He loves movie flares.
When they first came out with IMAX, and that was like the first movie I saw in IMAX, and was like mind-blowing. I was like, oh my God, this is the coolest movie I've ever seen.
I mean, he did make The Rock in Con Air and some other great movies, so I don't hate him so much.
Adrian APM was first Michael Bay.
Michael Bay.
Old Bay seasoning.
Adrian APM, I'm so happy that you stuck around the whole time. It's really cool.
And you've got a lot of entries into our end of the month giveaways.
You do.
So
this is now your 4th.
look at that, Adrian. 4 entries.
I think this is like your first show that you stuck around for.
4 is more than 0.
4 is more than 0.
It's true.
He was the guy who did the Joker on.
Yeah, he did the voice the whole time.
Yeah, the whole time. And he said his voice was killing him at the end of the show.
I remember things, guys. No big deal. I watch things and I remember things.
2 questions left. Let's see which one you guys get. That beer is so good, though, right?
It's okay.
Taste this one.
No, I don't want the green beer.
Yes, taste the
not
green beer.
ice.
What year did Transformers the movie come out? I've said it so many times. Please.
You said it. I don't remember it happening.
Are you serious?
2009.
No, the cartoon.
First one, 1992.
The cartoon. I said it like 1,000 times.
2007, 2011.
1986. Two-Gun Bang!
Two-Gun, you're the only one who listens to Bruce. I tune him out and I read the comments. So, 1986.
So many times she literally tunes out. I can be talking literally to myself, and I'm like, I give it like a whole. I set this whole thing up. So that way
and then he'll ask me, I'm like, I'm sorry, I was reading comments.
So, I love.
I'm very focused on you. You are my priority, not Bruce. You, the people who want to tell me things.
The chat.
You want to be heard. I am the voice of the people. and I represent you on this channel.
All right, so the last question is, what is Megatron transformed into in Transformers the movie?
A car? A pickup truck, like the Mack truck.
I'm looking for the name. The name.
The Mack Daddy truck.
Because Unicron, Megatron is damaged. He's dying. And he begs Unicron to save him. He saves him and turns him into...
a Ford Pinto. A Volkswagen
Galvatron!
Beetle.
Sam King is right! Galvatron!
A turkey. A taco. Sam
Aaron,
King.
quick! Galvatron!
A raised garden plot.
It's 5 out of 5.
Sam King
5 out of 10.
win,
5 out of
so
5. Oh my god.
Bruce has drank way too much, guys. Ask him anything.
James Gallegos!
We should do Truth or Dare with Bruce next because he's really drunk and he'll tell you.
Tell you what.
Anything you want to know, Bruce will tell you. Do you have any questions? Anything you've ever wondered about Bruce? Bruce, are you ready?
I'm ready for the questions. Hit me. But I'm going to talk about this first. Here we go. DC Comics, there's this whole future slate happening January. Future state, sorry. Happening in January and February. They're shutting down the whole line. Anything that's not Black Label is done. They're focusing on future state. It's like future characters. They're introducing a non-binary Flash. I put this after the Grant Morrison because it's connected. Everything that they have talked about this character, the only interesting thing is that he is non-binary. That is not an interesting trait that makes me want to pick up this book.
I think they're just trying to be inclusive.
I get that, but why can't you make this character interesting and then non-binary?
In all fairness, you haven't read about the character. You just read a synopsis, but you haven't actually read the book.
Right, sure. I'm not saying that it's not a good idea. What I'm saying is make the character interesting and then introduce that he's non-binary. Why?
Sam King said shim again.
Why are you coming out before the book is even out and introducing that you have a non-binary character? Why not introduce this character? Have him introduce him in a way, introduce they into the world. Have his or her story be interesting, and then come out with the fact that he doesn't or she doesn't, they don't.
So,
but
let's take it from this perspective.
No. That's my whole point.
There has to be an introduction. So they're like getting your feet wet. They're being like, okay, this is a non-binary character. Get comfortable with this character, and then we're going to introduce it into the storyline in a better way. But they have to kind of like put their feelers out and be like, guys, this is what's happening. Can you handle it?
Okay, I hear that. Sure. So let's go on to my next news item. Let me bring up the page before we get there.
I have to pee.
You can go pee. I'll talk to the people. I have lots to say about this.
All right. Bruce is going to go on his rants. I'm going to go pee.
So DC is doing the future state, right? So lots of new things coming out. They're introducing new characters, new things, doing their doodads. It's cool. It's like I'm cool with all that. My problem is, so this new Flash is called Kid Quick. Totally cool. You get a non-gender vibe. Is that like this person has like the longish hair, maybe some sternish male looks, maybe not. I don't know. My whole point to this whole conversation that we're having right now is that the selling point to this character should not be they're non-binary. The selling point to this character is that they should do something heroic to make you care for them. But the writer for this character came out and talked about this character, and the only thing that they could say is that they're non-binary. I'm really proud to be bringing like one of the first non-binary characters to DC Comics. They're non-binary. They're a Flash character, non-binary. That's not interesting. That's not engaging. Why do I care about this character other than they're non-binary. Oh, so they don't see themselves as he or she. They're a they.
Okay, but I would like to point out that a couple of months ago, we had a character who was a normal character, who did normal things, normal, and they came out and was like, oh, by the way, he or she is this sexuality. And then you got all butthurt about that. You got to pick a thing. They have to introduce these characters and be inclusive in some way.
Right, but they should be, every character should be introduced in their story, and then whatever sexuality they have comes out later.
But you were butthurt about when that happened too.
Name the character.
Then I forget what it was. I'll have to go back 6 months into our freaking live streams and figure out which live stream it was, where there was a character who was an established character. It was like a Green Lantern character or something like that. And then it came out that
no, hold on. You're talking about Iceman. Iceman has been a heterosexual male since the 1950s, 60s, whatever the fuck it was. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, he's gay. That bugged me. After years of him dating women and
there's
having relationships with women,
who men come out as gay in their 40s because they have suppressed it their whole life, and maybe this is where he's at now.
Sure. My whole point was that they changed the history of a character.
So you want a new character that they introduce, that they make you fall in love with first, and then you find out their sexuality after. And then you're going to be like, why do they even tell us about their sexuality? Why does it even matter?
No, the whole point is sexuality doesn't matter. In a story, and when you're first introducing a character, sexuality does not matter.
How many characters have love stories?
Right.
How many characters do you read that you love because there's a love story attached to them?
Hold on. How many characters are introduced like in a love story? How many? Very few. When you introduce a character, you introduce them as a character. You introduce them, what their world is to them, like what they're dealing with and all that jazz. You don't come out, I'm a non-binary person, and then this is my powers, and I'm still non-binary. Give us something to care about. If you come out and say, I'm gay and I'm a superhero, I don't give a shit. If you come out and say, I'm a superhero and I'm heterosexual, I don't give a shit. If you come out and say, I'm non-binary and I'm a superhero, I don't give a shit. What is your hook? What is your thing that's going to make you interesting? Saying you're gay, heterosexual, non-binary, bisexual, none of that matters to the core story of why you're a hero or a villain.
Okay, so let's ignore Bruce for a minute. Let's say you are non-binary or homosexual or one of the other words that Bruce used, and you don't read comic books and you're struggling in life right now. And you find out that there's a comic book coming out that features this character, that they're including you into this world that has excluded you for so long. And you're going to want to pick up this comic book. You're going to want to read it. You're going to want to be involved in it. And you're going to be more involved in it because you relate to it. They tell you relatable facts about characters so you can relate to them, whether it's their sexuality or their past or what they're going through. Their parents got shot. They're doing this. They came from another planet. Maybe that's where
everything you're saying is more interesting than their sexuality. DC is just reaching. They're trying to hit that target market that's out there saying, do you
really think there's 1,000 non-binary people waiting to buy a comic book? No.
Hold on. What their goal is in this whole marketing stunt is to be like, we are the first company to have a non-binary character. Check it out. Checklist. We did it. That's all this is. Were you that mad when they started introducing
black superheroes? Were you like, they're just trying to make them black so that way black people feel more involved?
I guarantee
you should be white first, make me love you, and then we're going to turn you to a black person. That's what you're saying right now.
That's not what I'm saying at all.
That's what you're saying right now.
That's not what I'm saying at all. This is a whole thing by Marvel or by DC to try to get in front of the media so that way the Today Show, ABC, CBS, all the outlets pick them up and talk about them. Let's say that's true. Let's say we live in a world where that's true. Okay. We do live in a world where that's true. But that is today. That's everyone's today.
that it's making people who are struggling with their sexuality and going through something right now feel included. Who cares what DC's motive is behind it? You should be behind it because it helps people. It doesn't matter if you think the story's garbage or if you think DC's doing it for a money grab. It helps people.
But why couldn't they release this information the week or the day that the comic comes out? The day that people get their hands on it and actually get to it.
Trying to argue
and then you read the story and be like,
DC
wow, this character's story was awesome. And at the very end, holy shit, there was this fucking bomb that dropped on us. Let's talk about it. No, the first thing you know of this character, everyone, that's all you know. He's non-binary because it's been shoved down the throat through everything, every media outlet. Non-binary, non-binary, non-binary.
Anywho, this conversation has gone on way too long. We are just going to say that I'm not disagreeing that DC isn't doing this for the wrong reasons. But through their wrong reasons, if it helps someone feel better and helps them feel like they're more connected into a world that makes them feel like an outcast, then let them have it. Why do you have to hate so hard?
I'm not hating so hard. I wish they just did it in a different way. You don't sell a new character with their sexuality. That's not how you bring a new character to the world. My personal opinion. Next up, Superman World. So this is part of Future State. I wanted to show this because this is fucking badass. But every person that's talking about this is basically a world Hulk with Superman. So the Earth has rejected Superman, Clark Kent, as their savior and cast him off. How the fuck do you cast Superman off? Superman wants to stay. He's going to stay. But he leaves and he goes to a world of gladiators. And he has to fight his way. And he joins this crew of characters that is exactly like World War Hulk, which is weird. But this is that cast of characters. But again, he looks really fucking cool. It's a really cool costume. It's a really cool color scheme. It makes me want to pick it up because it's going to be drawn by Clayman. Clayman is one of the best artists in the game. But I'm trying to stay as far away as Future State as I can because
Bruce is mad about it. He's mad about it. James Galagos is taking your side, James. I'm disappointed, but not surprised if you took Bruce's side about the new car situation.
What did he say? What did he say?
He said that they made Lois Lane black once, and that if the character's black, fine. If they're gay, fine. But not to push the non-binary thing. But I'm sure it was. I don't know about the Lois Lane thing, but I'm sure when she came out as black, it wasn't like secret where you just open the book and you're like, oh my god, Lois Lane is black now. I'm sure they did a push for that. So
my whole point is like, none of this stuff should be forced. It should be just like there. Like it comes out naturally. This is like the first thing the person's talking about. It shouldn't be the first thing. Next up, Catwoman series.
Is this like the Batman Catwoman that Jorge Jimenez drew?
No, this is Tom King and Clayman. Again, Clayman is one of the best fucking artists, period.
Wait, Clayman's
right
not
now.
A superhero or a supervillain? It's an actual person?
Yeah, it's an actual person. He just like teased this image coming out in the Batcat series. I love Tom King. I know a lot of people fucking hate his guts. They think he's one of the worst fucking writers.
So weird. Tom King is so talented.
They really fucking hate him. I love him. I love what he did with Batwoman and Bat and Cat in the Batman series. People fucking hated it. I'm an outlier. I loved Tom King's Batman. I loved what he did. I shouldn't say hate. I dislike what James Tynion is doing with Bat and Cat. He's doing it eloquently, but he's dividing them. He's dissolving the relationship basically. But this is two new characters that they're introducing into the series. So get excited for that if you want. Speculate. Some spec right there for you guys. If you want, I think I have one more news item. I am drunk. One more news
Guys,
item.
you don't know Bruce gets super feisty when he's drunk. He gets like smacky and
cool.
fighty.
So this next one. So the guy who did God of War redid the Hobgoblin, and look at that fucking art. That is badass.
It's terrifying. That is the stuff of nightmares.
I mean, that is like, if I was going to be Spider-Man and scared of a fucking villain, that is fucking scary as shit.
Looks like a real demon. It doesn't look like a bad guy, like who's dressed in a costume, who's trying to take over the city. It looks like a demon from the underworld who has come to eat your soul, and he is terrifying.
That's fucking cool as shit. All right, I have one more thing, and then we're done for the
You said
night.
one more thing last time.
Sorry, this is really one more thing.
One more thing, one more thing, one more thing.
And
One more thing, and then
all
after
right,
this one more
so
thing.
I am a 100% follower, agreeer that John
Krasinski
say it, should 100% play Mr. Fantastic in the next Fantastic Four film. And R.B. Silva is currently drawing Fantastic Four. This has been Fantastic Four number 25, and this is what he looks like. It's basically like what, 1-to-1?
It's very close.
They are pushing so hard at Marvel to make sure that John Krasinski accepts this role, and it looks right. Come on, John, please take this role. Be Mr. Fantastic. Get your wife Olivia to be Miss Fantastic, Invisible Girl. It would be amazing.
Amazing. I like John Krasinski did that thing over the coronavirus break.
Yes.
Some good news.
Some good news. So good.
On YouTube, where it was just like him reporting good news, so that way you wouldn't feel so depressed amongst the pandemic.
It was so good.
He did such a good job with it. It was like in his office that he taped it by himself and put it out there onto the YouTubes, which I'm sure someone along the way
has gazillions of views. I mean, he just seems like a really good guy. If you listen to his whole story, he showed up to the office casting on a whim, did the whole fucking thing. It's a beautiful. He was just a normal dude.
Yes, he was like a waiter. And he went back to work. He's like, I totally bombed that.
And he got the fucking role.
He got it, and then it blew up. And now he's like Jack Reacher, and
he's
awesome.
He's awesome. Jimmy Kimmel is another person he's best friends with. And just look up John Krasinski and Jimmy Kimmel battles. They're so good. They prank each other fucking hard. It's so good. But we babbled on. It is so late. It's 11:33. There's still 9 of you guys on. Thank you guys.
12.
How many? 12. There's more people popping on at the last minute. But it's been a crazy show. We apologize. We're just going to do StreamYard moving forward. It's just easier. It guarantees us.
So Bruce doesn't fuck up the stream again next week.
Unless I can find the problem and solve it between this week and next week, we'll be on at
he said he
10
solved it this
p.m.
week. I was like, are we going to get kicked off? He's like, no, I copied the last stream. It's going to be this, blah, blah, blah. We're not getting kicked off. 3 times kicked off. Thrice kicked off.
I did. We're not kicked off yet, so I'm sure we're fine. But I don't want to get kicked off. I don't want to get banned. We will do StreamYard moving forward for the next few weeks until I solve my Streamlabs problem. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. There's a lot of new people on tonight. Please come back next Friday. Next Friday is the second to last Friday before our big end of the month giveaway.
You want to get in? Get in while it's still cool, guys. Adrian PM said it's been fun, you groovy jelly beans. No one has ever called me a groovy jelly bean before, and I love it.
That's pretty fucking amazing. James.
Amazing, James. As always,
my
he's
man.
posting links to other people in chat, wrenching it up, golden wrench. You guys, if you watch The Office, there's that episode or several episodes. I think they do more than one episode where Michael Scott gives away prizes to the people in his office.
So good.
And they're ridiculous, offensive prizes. What's her name? What's the heavyset woman?
Phyllis.
Phyllis wins bushiest beaver. And that's what we're going to do for you guys. We're going to give you prizes, and they're going to be insulting while also a prize at the same time.
So good. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.
Peace.